Mic check 1 2. Let me check the microphone here. 1 2. Mic check. Let me check the device here. You turn off my Wi-Fi or something? I see you turn off my Wi-Fi.
No. Wi-Fi off. I don't want to turn it on. Your hotspot, your everything up.
Let me see.
It's good. Camera clear.
Yeah, trying to figure it out here first. Because I think you're now seeing it. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is not connected from the phone. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Yeah, it's still not connected to the Wi-Fi yet. All right, so while we're doing that, we're gonna do the sharing of the video link here. Please join us. It's gonna be a fascinating show. We'll have a special guest. That's Reverend Amos Tue Suah is my special guest this afternoon from the city of Philadelphia. We want to know what the elder has to say. All right, so let's play the Quenga traditional music. We'll be right back as we share the link. That one.
Hello to all my fans around the world. My name is Marie Nyenambo, the Queen of Traditional Music. The only thing I want you to do to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on WhatsApp, I'm on Amo. Just subscribe to my channel. Promote me, my fans. Subscribe to my channel.
Subscribe, guys. Thank you.
national cheerleader. Basi konji aple chiko nini aple bosoko ya wiyali.
You got to share the link. The elder is coming up. The elder Tue Suah is my special guest this afternoon from Studio Voice of SINOE in the diaspora is here with you. So share the link as we talk to the elder. After talking to the elder, sorry, I would take a shot at somebody. So if you know yourself right now, you know what I'm talking about, right? So if you want to be part of the shot, because I'm taking a hot shot, you know, you can't come at dark side and put it and go free now. So after the elder is done talking, then I will give it fire. So share the link. All right, guys. We're gonna come into you right now. The Voice of SINOE. Welcome to the Voice of SINOE in the diaspora with Sarpo, the Esoteric, coming to you live from Prosper Park, Pennsylvania, and these United States of America. VOSD is a platform specifically established to highlight those critical social, political, and economic matters facing the people of SINOE County, both at home and abroad. We do not only highlight the issues that affect SINOE County and its people, rather we proffer possible solutions. We advocate good leadership, patriotism, inseparable brotherhood, gender equity, transparency, accountability, give respect where respect is due, and offer laudation where it is needed. On the other hand, we frown upon the culture of insult peddling, disrespect in any form, especially to our ladies, corruption in any manifestation, character assassination, lying, and any vice that runs contrary to the ethical principles and values of our ancestors. Not only that, we are also the voice of unquestionable truth and evidence-based platform. And therefore, in our advocacy, we might make you comfortable and uncomfortable using the naked force of truth backed by indubitable evidence, and sometimes we dabble into speculative analysis should the corroborating evidence for our story is not readily available. This iconoclastic premier platform of SINOE County, which brings you the latest developments, as well as raising thought-provoking topics and questions through things that others consider sacred and untouchable. We don't, however, do this to deliberately hurt people, but we do so to make you think to think and engage into deep reflection is the telos of the mind. We will challenge your beliefs and we invite you to do the same to ours, because we believe through rigorous dialectical cross-pollination, new insights could be realized. That said, tighten your belt, relax, and get in your celebratory mood as we welcome the indefatigable voice of justice and a distinguished person of dark Sarpo, the esoteric, the representative of the elders and ancestors. All right, this is the representative of the elders and the ancestor, dark Sarpo. Good afternoon, good evening. My special guest this evening is afternoon from my side. It's Reverend Tue Suah, our own elder. And so the elder wants to talk to us, but we don't know exactly what the elder will say. But I can predict for sure some of the things that the elder will be saying. But I'm not going to do that right now. All right, so hopefully the elder is ready. Let me say you may get on. Now, okay. All right, so the elder will be on shortly. So, guys, share the link for us. The Reverend Tue Suah is my special guest this afternoon to address an array of things that are happening within our community. You know, the Sarpo parable, you know, they say the elders cannot be in the town, you know, and machete goes missing. You know, so the elder is here to find. It looks that the machete is. It seems to be out of sight, but the elder knows where it is. You know, so the elder will be here shortly to bring some sense to our community. You know, when the elder comes out, this is the elder here, Elder Tue Suah, is my special guest, and you'll be right before you know it. I'm looking backstage. All right, the elder is punctual, so he's on now. All right, let me bring my talking point here, and I'll bring the elder on. It'll be a quick show, nothing too long, but you know, it'll be substantive. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I have the distinguished honor for the second time to host my own father, our elder in the community. I think he's the associate pastor of the Agape International Church in Philadelphia. Highly revered man. He's a professor as well. He has a background in statistics, you know, so he's a highly educated man, and also our elder in the community. Without further ado, I'd like to bring on screen Reverend Tue Suah. Reverend Suah.
Yes, sir.
Am I loud and clear?
Yes, how about me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, your sound is perfect, at least from my side.
Okay, that's good. For me, I'm fine.
Okay. How are you this Saturday afternoon, if not evening?
Yeah. In fact, the whole of the Saturday have been a very busy day for me. Since this morning, well, first thing I did, my own normal exercise. I took a walk, which I always do every Saturday for 1 hour. Then I started doing some personal and domestic thing in my home. So it's been a very busy day for me anyway, but things are fine so far.
Okay. All right, so let's get down to it. The thing is Chinua Achebe, who said in Things Fall Apart, they say the toll fraud does not come in the town square for nothing. What is going on?
Well, first, let's pray. Father God, we want to bless your name this afternoon for being our King, being our Lord, being our Father, Dear Lord, you are not a God of confusion, but a God of peace. So, Father, as your servant, we have come to address some issues in our community. We ask that you send the Holy Spirit to be our guardian as we go through this discussion. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the blessed Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, thank you, Elder. Thank you for the prayer. But I didn't hear the mother's name. I only hear the father, the son. But I didn't hear the mother's name. What happened?
Maybe on our next show we'll go there.
Okay, sir. Okay, all right.
But for now, let's talk about the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
Okay, all right.
Well, good afternoon, my fellow Sarpo people. I've come to this show today with what I will call a special appeal to my Sarpo people. And let me say this, especially to you, the young people. I have chosen to come through this medium because I believe the way that we have the bulk of the bulk of my audience. I could have written on the Facebook like most of you normally do, but I'm 100% sure I don't have that large number of audience. Very suddenly I go on Facebook. So if I should go on Facebook, probably one or two persons may be the one to hear me. So I thought to come through this medium so that we get a good number of people. Recently, and let me say this first, as I go along, you would notice that I will do both Sarpo and English where I found it feasible. So don't get upset with that.
Okay.
Recently, there have been a lot of negative exchanges on Facebook. We have claimed my attention. People call me asking for my intervention. Although this appearance or this appeal at this time may appear to be late because damages have already been done. But I think even though late, but not too late, because we can prevent future occurrences. Family, after my presentation or my appeal today, I wouldn't want to entertain a lot of questions. But if you have a question that will seek clarity for something that you did not understand, something I said that you didn't understand, I wouldn't mind giving the clarity. Now, family, after this statement, or if you are in your home and you have a Bible close to you, or if you don't have the time to read, when you go home, read the book of Romans, the 14th chapter. You can read from verse 1 to verse 23. But let me just read verse 19. And verse 19 of that portion sounds like this.
Robin, I'm not in a. Is there a way you can come because you kind of getting off camera a little bit? Yeah, now. Yeah, you're
sorry. All right. I'm sorry about that.
All right, it's okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
So like I said, when you go home or wherever you are, or after this show, you can read the book of Romans, the 14th chapter of that book. read from verse 1 to verse 23. But let me just read one of those verses. Let me read verse 19. And it sounds like this. Let us therefore make every effort to do what leads to peace and to mutual edification. Family. As I read, if I were to name this appeal, if I were to give it a title or give it a name today, I would say, what matters? The title will be, what counts is the common denominator or the common ground. And those of you who are students, maybe just for your sake, because I'm not talking about my mothers, my aunts who are not letters, but just for your sake. When I say common denominator, you know, I'm a math major, like you said. I'm a statistician. In math, we have fractions. Say 1/2 or 3/4. We said 5/6, 5/8. There is a number that is common to all of those numbers. Say if you take 2, 4, and 8, there's a number that is common to all of them.
All right.
See, we call it the common denominator in math. So my discussion today will be what counts is the common denominator or the common ground. And let me tell you, family, let me tell you a story, something that I read. There were 2 friends, and both of them were believers. Friend number 1 asked friend number 2, what political party does it belong to? Friend number 1 aims for asking that question was to predict what or whether he and friend number 2 will agree on any of the dividing issues in their community. That was a rationale for that question he asked. Which political party you belong to?
Right.
Yeah. But surprisingly to him, friend number 2 tried to find a common ground or a common denominator. We want to find a common ground between them. So he says, since both of us are believers, I would rather focus on our unity in Christ instead of what divides us in the community. That's the response the friend number 2 gave him. He said, you want to know the political party I belong to, but that's not my priority. Since both of us are believers in Christ, I want us to focus something that is common to us, our relationship with Jesus Christ. How do we live with Christ? See, that for me, that was my focus to be. Folks, for my Sarpo people, people were also divided on issues in Rome, in the Roman churches. Some of the issues that they were divided on were what kind of food that's good for them to eat. Some of them will say, what day is good to be holy? So Paul, knowing the sensitivity of those kind of issues, Paul reminded the Roman believers, the Roman churches, of their common ground. Paul said the common ground that we have is living for Jesus Christ. So he said, instead of passing judgment on one another, I encourage you to do what will lead us to peace and mutual understanding. That was Paul's appeal. My fellow Sarpo people, my young people, it is not a mistake that you will have disagreement. It's not an error. Nobody must get at you why there are a disagreement among us. It's common. So it's not a mistake. It's not an error. Because these are some of the things that go on nowadays in the world, in the churches, in our community. You name them. But I want to encourage you to note that you, the Sarpo people, the Sarpo young people, all of us, please note that we have a common denominator. We have a common ground. For example, I'm a Waja man. I'm married to a single woman. My paternal grandmother is from Joasem. My maternal great-grandmother is from Putu. I even have my children, they have Kawade grandparents, Mopo grandparents, single grandparents. You name them. You need them. So all of us, one way or the other, have our blood relationship. We are related one way or the other to one another. We have common relationship. There is no way that we can divorce the other Sarpo section. No way. Family. Not only that we have our blood relationship, the Sarpo section is the smallest. It's the least, for lack of a better word, in the counties in which we find ourselves. But let me just give you some history. Why we are so small in these counties. I'm not even talking about, if you read the Sarpo history, you will find out that we have 8 Sarpo sections. Some people say even more than that. You will find the Dribble people, you find the Sarpo people there in Dribble. You find the Sarpo people even in Lofa. But the 6th section that are together, the Weja, Kawade, Putu, Mopo, blah, blah, you need them, the 6th section. Knowing that we have a common denominator, the politicians, then they didn't want this group to remain united. And I mean, my son of people, for instance, people like Grace Street then, or Laurie Mitchell then, the people knew what they were doing. That's why they took the Mapo people, they put them in Bayan. Took the Pudu people and put them in Grand Jere. Only the four other units, the 4 remaining units, they all remain together there. So you see how small we are. and let this claim our attention. That's that our side. Let it claim our attention. So if we continue to fight among ourselves, we are giving our enemy ground. Again, don't make a note and read Matthew chapter 12 from verse 22 to verse 28. Christ said, the house divided against itself cannot stand. The house divided against itself cannot stand. So, my fellow Sarpo people, why should we continue to divide ourselves with insults, with, statements that are not called for? We put ourselves through that unhealthy situation by tearing one another apart. So, family, Paul said to the believers in Rome that they have a common ground. They should that should be their focal point. Man, appeal to you. We have a common ground that should claim our attention. A common ground, a common denominator. Let me tell you two true stories. I talk about common ground, that you Sarpo person have a common ground. One of the stories that I'm about to tell you is about myself. In my village, my late brother David, I won't be ashamed to tell you, in a split second, that man and myself, we will fight when we were coming up. We fought just for common. And it got to our man so much that he called our big brother. No. He said, no, the thing your small brothers are doing, I can't get it understanding. Why every day they will fight? So they'll say, all right, you know what I would do? So he caught a rat time. Okay. He brought it. So he called the two of us. My brother named PB2 actually calling Karote. They two. Karote. Ajide Alanson. Send your letter to 5. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But you do this. The rat time, like one person take it and whip a friend. So, man, I took the rat time. And I won't lie to you, our family. I gave my brother, I tell you, about 8 to 10 latches on his back. Then they gave him the rat time. He said, Karote, B2. The man said, let him go with trouble. I will not be here. He did it to me. But for me, I will not. In other words, what I now realized that Kaote was doing, he was saying, the man myself have a common ground. So he gave me latches on my back. If I should do the same, what am I doing? That's exactly what I believe he was doing. He said, let you go with trouble. Because I know we have a common ground. Another story, even though it's not good on the kind of thing to call name, but the particular name I will call it as one of those young people who myself had a discussion. So I was in White Jabba. He told me, he said, Amos Tue Suah, in my village, there was a friend who myself where I look ahead. So one day he insulted me and my family so bad that I got upset. So I got upset so much that I got ready. I was going to his house to fight him because I knew he wouldn't be able to beat me. So he said, I was saying, when I got out to go, then my mom called me. See, harassing. See, you know, it's happened more. All I over here, you know, seriously. I didn't say I sat down. So the reason why I made mention of this here is a woman, unlettered woman, who was thinking about a common ground, a common denominator in their village. In other words, she was saying to Harrison, this your friend who has insulted you that you are going to fight. Yeah, we are in the same village. So let me go with your trouble. Now what that woman was saying, my fellow Sarpo people, you have the common ground. You have the common ground that should serve as a point to bring us together, for us not to tear each other apart. Let me tell you another biblical story that shows that there can be even disagreement among the believers. But the way we, the believers, handle our issue is different from the way communities do it. We talk about common ground. You can read the book of Acts, chapter 15. Read from verse 36. There were two evangelists, or as I may call them, Paul and Barnabas. At one point, they went on preaching trip with one of their other friends they call John Mark. John Mark is a relative, or maybe let me use the word was, a relative of Barnabas. When they went on one of their preaching trips, there were some issues in that community where they were doing the preaching, and people wanted to attack them. So John Mark ran away. Paul and Barnabas remained there after planting the church. After the preaching trip, they went back home, went back to Jerusalem. Then time came again for them to go. I talk about common ground. That's the one I want you to keep to the bottom part of your head. So there came another time that they wanted to go on another preaching trip. John Mark wanted to go with them. Paul said no, because just yesterday we were in that village. You ran and left out there. So this time around, you will not go with us. Barnabas, being a relative of John Mark, said, no, Paul, let John Mark go with us. And they had that dispute, that misunderstanding, that disagreement. But at the end of the day, church or family, the two of them believed that they had a common ground, is to win soul for Christ. They had that was their common ground, that was their common denominator, which they focused on, even though they had a disagreement on John Mark went with them, but they focused on their common ground, on their common denominator. So, my fellow Sarpo people, boys and girls, you have a common denominator or a common ground that should serve as a point of unity. Let the things that unite us count instead of things that would divide us. You give your political opponent a chance to tear you apart or to defeat you. You give them a tool to defeat you when you fight among yourself. Here we are all ready. We all ready. Our number is not big. Then we start to fight among ourselves, forgetting that we have a common ground. Let me just tell you something. You might have heard the story, but it doesn't hurt to repeat.
Yeah, I'm following.
There was a parable about 3 cows, and I heard this story 1980, 1981, from the late Henry Fambulet Sr. Said there were 3 cows. I'm telling you, fellows, what I want you to listen to is the common ground that you have a common denominator. That's the one I want to register in your mind. He said there were 3 cows in a village. For every time they went on a feeding trip, one would face the other side, the other one would face the other side, the other one would face other side with their back to each other. So for every time a tiger came to attack them, when the tiger passed to one of the cows, that cow would throw a signal to the friend, then they would leave. So there was no way that the tiger could harm those 3 cows. The tiger designed a plan to divide them. Sarpo man, don't say that unless somebody design a plan to divide you. So what the tiger did, he went to cow number 1. He said, you know why? You see the reason why when you go on a feeding trip, your friend turn his back to you. He said your mother is stink. He said that's the reason why you're not facing you. He said your mother is stink. He told the same thing to car number 2 and to car number 3. Say your friend said your mother is stink. Oh man, those 3 cows got upset. They went apart. So in the morning, the tiger grabbed one of the cows. He divided them. He grabbed one of those cows. So you let your enemy. Somebody will tell you, hey, your friend said this. Your friend said this. Then you run away with it. But don't forget that you have a common ground, a common denominator. Let it be our focus point. My final and special appeal, people, I would say to the top show hosts, all of you, the top show hosts, Madison Freeman, Samuel Shegwe, Kuri Morris, Lisa Fale. I want you guys to join me. Because the reason why I'm talking to you guys, I'm making an appeal to you, is you have a larger audience. So please join me to appeal to our people that we have a common ground. Let's stop the talk, the theory apart. Talk to them. And I'll also maybe use the same time to appeal to my fellow ministers. Reverend Nathaniel Gatti, Reverend Paul Gideon, Reverend James Shebekano, Reverend Tobo Morris, Alexander Tobo Morris. You name all the Sarpo ministers. I'll also appeal to them to join me to talk to our people. We have a common ground. Let us not tear each other apart. A common denominator. So in closing, my family, instead of passing judgment on one another, we can act in love and live in a way that honors brothers and sisters by looking at the common ground, the common denominator. And let let me close with a prayer. I want you to take the prayer and pray with it, and pray the prayer too when you go home or after the show. Let me close with it. Lord Jesus, thank you for saving me. First, you say, well, we want to thank him for saving us. But this is a piece of the prayer that I like. Forgive me for the times I get distracted by issues, by lesser issues, and allow division to occur between me and my brother. Pray that prayer. First, thank God for saving you and ask for forgiveness. That's the prayer I pray to myself. For the Lord to forgive me, to forgive all of us for allowing simple issues that we could have looked at common denominator and then resolve. For allowing those simple issues to divide us. Let the Lord forgive me for that. Pray that prayer. And the final portion of that prayer is, Lord Jesus, help me to bring unity through focusing on those things that bring peace and unity in my community instead of those things that divide us. So my fellow Sarpo people, this is my appeal to all of us. We have a common ground. We have a common denominator that should serve as a point of unity for our group. May the Lord bless all of us. Amen.
All right, Reverend. Thank you so much. That's a passionate message there to all of us. But I know you say we shouldn't ask a lot of questions, but we're gonna. And you also say we can seek clarification.
That's right.
All right. So let me start with the viewers. I think Bobby asking. He said you spoke of common ground, but what exactly is the common ground? That's what he's asking.
First, I said blood. One of our common grounds.
Okay.
They said the blood relationship. That's why I started with myself, giving my own what section of the Sarpo that I'm from and the connection that I have with the other Sarpo sections. So blood relationship is one of our common ground that we should not ignore. And the common ground that even giving our size in the community, we should think about it that it should be a common ground too. But all of us have a blood relationship. There's no way that I would divorce the other Sarpo person.
Okay, so can we say also the common ground is our Sarpo-ness? Would that be correct?
Okay, if you choose that as a common ground, Sarpo. Okay. Yes, that's fine. I don't care. I love that. Our Sarpo-ness. You see, one of the reasons why I stay in some of the organizations or Madison, I like that point that you made our Sarpo-ness. Let me use my SCA or SINOE association for as a yardstick. While we are there undertaking something, I made them to understand, even though they respect me very highly, and I will made very highly, I'm well respected. But make them to understand to my origin, where I'm from. I'm not just a SINOE. I'm a Sarpo SINOE. So our Sarpo, I love that. If we use it as a common ground, that's a good piece.
Okay, thank you. Reverend, so let me do my photo. I'll follow the viewers. If they have questions, I will bring them in. But I think your ending statement, you spoke of, you gave us a prayer to repeat or to recite, if you like, and you say that's why you've been praying, you've been reciting for a long time. Reverend, does prayer actually work? How long have you been praying for us?
I don't know. You see, I laugh because one thing that is difficult to do, something that somebody doesn't believe in. I don't want to say you don't believe in God, but for me, that question that I said, maybe for lack of better word, I would say it's an insult.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, not insulting me per se, they respecting me, but the fact that you would talk to a minister of the gospel to ask him if prayer works, yes. And if there's any other word I can use beyond yes, yes.
Okay, Remy, I apologize if that the question is offensive, but the reason I asked the question, the community has been in turmoil for several years now, and we have you guys in the community. You have been praying for us.
Absolutely.
So yes. I just thought, I mean, maybe I'm not thinking about it correctly, but if your children are fighting and you are praying and you say prayer, so like, let me put it this way: somebody has a sore on their foot, and you bring a prescription, you say this medicine, when you apply it, it will heal the sore. So the commotion in the community, those of you that are religious people, you say when you pray, the prayer will yield a result. So you guys have been praying and we are not seeing any result. That's why I asked the question: does prayer work? If so, how long should we look up to you guys for that prayer to work?
All right. I know the response makes sense to some people. Maybe not. It may not make sense to others. When you pray, ask all the ministers. There's some of the ministers that I just named after the show. You can ask them. When you pray to God, you have one of three responses. He sometimes tells you, medicine. No. The thing you're asking for, you will not receive it. The other part, oh yes, grant you your request. And the third part, he tells you to wait. Wait, that thing you're asking for. If I let you have it now, it will not. It may not work. So I will give it to you, but wait. So one of the three responses, we get them when we pray. And you are asking how long. The very Bible that I'm quoting tells us that we should pray without ceasing. Continue. Don't give up.
Okay.
That if you pray because your prayer answer today, that you say, I'm done. No.
Also, Reverend, our common ground, which is we established is our Sarpo-ness. I mean, I want to know, Reverend, do you think just Sarpo-ness can hold us together, or there should be something in there that will foster that Sarpo-ness?
I gave two, you gave the third one. First, the blood. We are blood related. The same reason why my brother, I whip my brother and you turn it back instead of retaliating. You know, so that blood relation, and all of us, there's no way that votes this other subject. That's why I give myself the example, giving my the section I belong to, my paternal grandmother, where she from, my great maternal grandmother, where she from, giving my other connection in the Sarpo. There's no way that we can divorce the other Sarpo section. So that blood.
Ravi, I don't know whether the blood argument is strong. Maybe by blood, maybe you are speaking metaphorically, but if you are speaking literally, if you chop a Nigerian man, for example, he bleeds the same blood that our Sarpo man would bleed. If you chop a white man, you would bleed the same blood a Sarpo man would bleed. So I don't know whether the blood argument is strong.
Yes, because it's true, the same blood in our vein that flows in your vein, that one flows in white man veins. But what relationship do you have with a white man, with a Nigerian man, versus your relationship with another Sarpo man? Yeah, what the blood comes in. That's the one that when it rings bell to you.
But Reverend, the blood is the common denominator for everybody, whether be it white or non-white.
We have the same blood that what makes up the same family of God. But when we come home, Then that thickness, the blood that you say thicker than water. I think you heard that saying before.
Right.
But what they are referring to, that mixing blood with somebody, I mean, they are related. So it's not the same blood. They are not seeing the same blood that flows in our vein that God put in all of us. That one is common, yes. But when we talk about that blood relationship, that's the one that we inherited from our parents.
Okay. So, but Reverend, for me, if you ask me, I think for mutual respect, a common ground to hold water, I think there should be a simple word called respect for each other. Because if you have blood relationship and you don't respect each other, it will go apart. You know, so that's a critical element I think that is missing within our
Let me
community.
cut you off that. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's just like, there was a question that I on TV. They said the chicken and the eggs, we want to come first.
Yeah.
Well, we want so that common respect. Which one to ring bell to you? Common respect or your blood relationship. That's if you realize, if you something register to the bottom of your mind that this man myself, we are blood related, that common respect will follow.
Reverend, I want to respect.
Common respect will not lead you to blood relationship. Blood relationship can lead you to common respect. So
Yeah, but I think it should be Reverend, respect is not pro bono, it has to be earned. Okay. So by virtue of blood relationship does not make somebody to respect you if you don't treat the person the way they're supposed to be treated.
If you consider it, if it registers to your mind that yes, this is why I gave the two examples, native examples. So if it registers to the bottom of your mind that there is somebody, there is my relative. If you register, if it is to the bottom of your mind, oh man, the respect you it will automatically will come once you realize in your mind, to the bottom of your mind, that this person is my blood relative.
All right, let me bring the viewers in here. Let me bring the viewers in here. Mr. Waller is asking, I'm watching. If I may ask, is it true that there is a common ground, which is Sarpo tribe? Can this help unite the Sarpo community with these two groups?
I would say yes. That's why I'm bringing in these points. Like giving Paul example, telling the believers in the Roman churches that we have a common ground, Christ. So if the Sarponess, the blood relationship, and the believer, the import, the border, they agree with that and work for them. I don't even want to go to that other message and work for them, knowing that they are serving the same Lord and Savior. It work for them. Why your supplement? Why your blood relationship can't work for you?
Okay, so yes. Honorable Sarpo is asking, Reverend, when did you realize there is a common ground in the Sarpo community that will have common ground? When did you realize that?
From day one. From day one, since I got to know myself, since I even became a believer, from day one.
Evangelist James Carter, the number is right before you there to call to participate. Okay, so Reverend, while the people are coming in, you spoke of negative exchanges in the community, and I want to put a question this way, with a little explanation, maybe compare with a doctor. If you went to a doctor, you are not feeling well, you went to a doctor and you say, oh, I don't feel good. He will ask you some questions. And the reason he's doing that to ascertain or to diagnose you properly, to know where the problem is coming from in your body. You said there are some negative exchanges, Reverend. I mean, where are the exchanges coming from? Who is at fault here? Tell us. Because we have to know the source in order to address it.
first and foremost, maybe if I didn't say at the beginning of my statement, I did not come to in fact, I even said something like that, using Paul's example when Paul told the believers, he said, instead of passing judgment on one another, let the focus be on our common ground. So I didn't come to pass judgment.
No, Reverend, I don't want to see.
Hold on. Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Pass judgment. I'm not a judge.
Okay.
I didn't come to pass judgment. Rather, an appeal. Like Paul did to the believers. So rather an appeal, instead of passing judgment to say, Madison, you're wrong. Peter Johnson, you're wrong. That's not my point.
Okay.
But y'all will realize that, man, we are the same people. We are the same people.
But Reverend, what I'm hearing from you is a Band-Aid solution. The soul is burning on it, but you said, let's put the Band-Aid on it and just leave it like that. That's what I'm hearing from you. Like your cover it is burning, but we don't want to diagnose the problem. So we just cover it so the people can see it.
Let me say this. You can take it or you leave it. Like our Father, our Maker, gave us free will. And what we do in church is when we preach.
James, gotta hold on a second, please. Hold on a second. Yeah, Reverend, go ahead.
We preach messages for the believer to take it. We don't force. So if you believe what I'm saying, that oh yes, the Omer is appealing to us to know that we are one family. We should not tear each other apart. Then let me go back to my own village again. My brother did not ice. The people didn't ice. But about you and out there. Why you fighting? What's the cause? What's the cause? He could have done so, but he didn't go to pass judgment. So the work out to realize, say let back on, be back on. Now what that old lady or housing where Jabba mother realized. He said, "Oh, I'm not talking about why your friend did to you, why he didn't do to you, but see our bully." So if you realize, if you take that message, you would Madison, you would not, but the man called me yesterday, or he called me this morning. Then you would not go there. The all of us would not go there.
Okay, let me get a call. Let me get a call on. Let me get a call on. Evangelist James Scott, are you there?
Yes.
All right, welcome to the show. What's your take?
I mean, sometimes we get so angry and frustrated, and we do want to talk in the community because people don't recognize us. But anything we do, we are not doing it specifically for the people. We are doing it for God. Even the bullets, the humiliation, the persecution, the curses that we are receiving, the insults. We are doing these things for the sake of God. So we will not be deterred, in the first place. Thank you for this show. And I want to thank Reverend Suah, for his persistent, appearances on some of these things, on this show to express himself. I have a great regard for this Reverend Suah. When I was in Liberia, I think it was during the war or before the war. At that time, I graduated from high school, and I heard Reverend Suah he came from Monrovia. He went to Joasso or Wedja area, and at that time I didn't see him, but I heard about him. So I was like, I did have the opportunity to see Reverend Suah or to see Tue Suah, Professor Suah. At that time, if you graduate from high school and you're hearing about, potential, leaders in the community, you want to meet them. But, that was my frustration. And at that time, SINOE, my cousin, was in Johansson era or Wedja era. And somebody will say, Reverend Suah, But when we came to America with the high esteem I have for him, and I still think that, not because we are all in America, we're making money, renting apartments, building houses, then I will have, a disregard for him. And that is the mistake most of our people are making. Not honoring those that are supposed to be honored, not respecting those that are supposed to be respected in the community. So that is number one. It will, for instance, respect those who sacrifice for this community. And we listen to them. All of these things would have gone the way they are. Number two,
Evangelist.
Yes.
You mind if I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Let me learn.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I quit on jumping from one statement to another.
All right, go ahead, boss. Go ahead.
I am not an accomplished speaker.
Okay.
So, forgive me for that. Another thing is that when we're in Liberia, when the war started, there were some marriages that fell apart prior to the war, even during the war. Some people from Cavalry area, women will leave and go to Norpo. Some women will leave, go to, Wedja, Fincon, and the rest of it. But if those areas that I just need, if war entered those areas, those very women will come back. Say, for instance, a woman will leave, go to Norpo. But if war entered Norpo, that very woman, will run back to what? To Joazon. And that will give that opportunity to the man, to say, oh man, let's put our differences aside, that will provide that opportunity for reunion, for renegotiation of marriage. You see? So, about that, totally, totally. We are here, as Reverend Suah stated, even though there will be no war, we are not anticipating any war, but we have that common ground. No matter wherever you go, something will happen, you come back to your roots. So those are some of the things we have to look at. No matter what, even if you go to Grand Junior Association, go to Grand Battle Association, they will not hold you in high esteem better than what your people will do for you, because they say, but this man come from SINOE. Why he is not in SINOE County Association? He got to Grand Battle County or to Grand Crew. You see? So those are the things we have to look at. I just buttressing what, because these are done rhetorical questions that what you call common ground. You know what the man is talking about, common ground. They say what you call common ground. You see, so we are ministers. Things, people are having their faces causing people. Those things are not good. Even though we know some of those people that are doing those things, but if we say we will not participate or offer our views, then we are not helping the community, because it is the responsibility, it's a tax that we are being given to talk and to bring about reconciliation. The gospel of Jesus Christ is a gospel of reconciliation, bringing people together, bringing sinners back to God. So, anybody that is listening to me, I'm not a bad man. No matter whether you go on the ground, you cause me, people know who I am in the community. I am a person who can reconcile people, despite our differences. When the war started, there were some people, there were men of God on
Evangelist.
Yes.
You want to keep it brief so that the Reverend will get a Reverend's reaction, please.
Yeah. Anyway, Reverend, thank you for coming. There are other people. You are taking bullets. I understand. And the bullets you are taking, you are doing it for your people. Don't give up. people will say, oh, you're supposed to say this thing, you're supposed to say that. But you are a man of God. Your ministry is totally reconciliatory. So continue to do that. Thank you.
Okay, so Evangelist, before I turn to the Reverend, I want to just I heard a couple of things from your statement, and I would just want a little clarity. So you said we should listen to the elders. I think that's you said something like that, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you will be honest with us or to the viewers as well, including myself, and then knowing what went on in the community, and we got the board on the other side, we got the executive, but then which side did not listen to the elders?
Manager, let me come in.
You see, it is past already.
Hold on, Evangelist.
Evangelist.
The Reverend wants to come in. Tell the Reverend come.
Yeah.
Evangelist, you see, like I told you, Madison, you see, you ask questions to maybe for lack of better word, to still inflame the situation. Yeah. Inflame the situation. To say, oh, they want. If I should say they want the one that were not listening, no, it's not what we here for. But first, I mean, before I go, Evangelist, thank you for your recommendation. And one thing you said that you and I know we will take vote, my dear, and we know it. The man we serve, I mean, he had no respect in his home. Do you know that you must know that Christ never performed any miracle in Nazareth? He never. That is finished. There were you grew up. He never performed any of those miracle. But know that prophet had no respect in your home. So, oh man, I'm glad you know it, and I know it, and the other fellow ministers know it. But we do what we gotta do. But I say, don't ask questions. We are here to appeal to you, to ask for you to make sense. Make sense.
We gotta get, if something is not clear to me,
and we're not here to pass judgment.
Okay. No, seeking clarity shouldn't be equated to passing judgment. I'm seeking clarity. That's what I'm seeking.
If I should tell you, say, X was not listening, then what? There's not judgment. When Paul already said that, he said, you the believer, instead of passing judgment, let's do things that will bring peace and mutual understanding. It's in our scripture.
So, brother, why should we follow what Paul says?
Yeah, see, maybe coming another show, then probably you myself will do the religious thing anyway.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Paul was inspired.
Okay.
Paul was inspired, and he wrote what he wrote.
All right, let me bring some of the viewers in, please.
Okay.
So, Madam Marie Pine is saying the show it's long will not help. I don't know. Maybe but what are you guys doing right now to resolve the conflict? That's what she's asking.
I stay on it. Let me just end, okay?
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Answer the revenue. Answer some of the questions. A couple of questions here.
People are asking. It's a process. Even before we obtain peace in Liberia, there are a lot of conferences that the people attended, and if the occasion is not right, there will be no peace. So the idea of obtaining peace is a gradual process. That is, let us continue to talk. Even when somebody abuses you, get on that microphone and talk and express your feeling. Even if someone
is it realistic? Is it realistic for somebody to insult you and you still be on the person's phone?
Yes. Yes.
Because you still do that because you want to make your conscience clear. Other people will stay that way anyway. That is very, very good for them to avoid these types of corrosive arguments and all of these things. Yeah. If you respect yourself and for some other reason, but if you still desire to bring about peace in the community, I mean, you can take bullets. What happened when the UN Secretary General went to Ukraine? Right behind the man's back, there was a grenade. That would deter him? No. He has that responsibility. You understand? So we as men of God, we have that responsibility, no matter how other people view that. We will never condemn ourselves. And we are doing the correct thing. So bringing about peace, we believe that it will start with negotiation. It will start with honesty. It will start with sharing blames individually, because everybody contributed to what is going on in this community. It's not only the news people or those or Cherry Squad, those other people that did not even understand the substance of the commotion, and they just put themselves in there. Everybody will share that. It's not the clergy, it's not the men of God or any other group, but everybody, honestly speaking, has part to play in this division.
Okay, brother, evangelist, I want you to be honest with us here. I like the word honesty that you're using. I mean, when you were talking earlier, you said people are hiding their faces, and we know them. They're hiding their faces and they're cursing people out. So I want to know, how do you know those people, and who are they? If you know them, can you? I mean, my thing here is we have to know what is causing the problem to attack it. But when you guys are concealing the problem, then how do we get to it? So you know the people that are hiding their faces and cursing. Who are those? Please tell us. Let's be honest, because that's a key word I want to use. You chose for us.
It's not what will bring about the reconciliation.
Okay.
If somebody hiding his faces or his face and causing damage in the community, their common trend is the way the person is writing. The way the person is writing will tell the people that, look, this is the person.
On camera, I mean,
when he's under water and out of the water. I'll call you back. It's the other common clue. I'll call you back.
Okay.
You see? So I'm not going to call me. Let the society decide for themselves.
Okay.
So what we need here is peace.
Okay.
In fact, let me just, like you said, we're not going to call me. And why you pushing out to a boy? We will not. If the cat fit you, you will wear it. If you are conscious, the thing the two ministers of culture they are talking about for our community's sake. If you are conscious, then
I'm out on the phone.
Okay, all right, Evangelist, thanks for your participation. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so Reverend, let me bring some of the viewers. The people who got the elders on won't get clarity, won't answers to questions, but the boys don't ask. You can't ask certain questions. They are anathema. I don't know. For me, on Voice of SINOE, we can't avoid question we ask them. So, let's see here. I got some questions here. A couple of questions from the people. But Reverend, before I go ahead, you have something to say what Evangelist James Carter said?
Oh no.
Okay.
First I commended him for the commendation he gave me, and something that I was not surprised about is people still throwing things at you. They don't move me. They don't deter me.
Okay, so Maria asking
that both of us know, but I want to also thank him for that commendation he gave me.
Okay, so Maria asking, well, you guys, I don't know you guys, but you guys, she's referring to you, the elders. I don't know exactly, but is it what you guys are doing right now to resolve the conflict? I think she's asking for something practical.
I don't know what would be your definition for practical. But one of the things that we are doing is the appeal. The public appeal we are appealing to your conscience as somebody in the community. Appealing to your conscience. One of them, and besides, even the telephone calls, calling Madison as an individual, those are practical. So some of the practical things, I don't know what our definition for being practical, but one of them is what we are doing now, appealing to your conscience to tell you that Madison, you belong to a community, and you shouldn't be the one to tear that community apart. I'm saying Madison as not as an individual per se, but just
I understand where you're going with that, Reverend. I understand that. What was asking, say my follow-up question would be, the Reverend is saying it is okay to have these two groups in a community. All he is saying, or all he is asking, is to respect one another. So in other words, he is saying, because I think when he asks you, he said we should respect each other. So he is saying, should we maintain the two groups and maintain and respect each other? That's why he's asking.
Well, first, I think if you listen to my comment earlier, first, with disagreement, it's a common thing. It's a common thing. Coming together, realizing that again, I'm going to continue to use my premise that you have a common ground. Realizing that you have a common ground will help you. Now, between the two groups, let me tell you, I think Evangelist Chimeka referred to it earlier. He said, peace is not an overnight something, it's a gradual thing. So the two groups coming together, eventually that's what we want to see. But is that something that we can force now? No. If we take that route, I don't think we'll be doing ourselves, we'll do well for ourselves. So seeing the two groups together, to the bottom part of our mind, that what we want. But is it something that can happen overnight? No, it's gradual. So the steps.
So Reverend, the philosophy of gradualism that you guys are preaching, I mean, by gradual, do you mean we should go for another 7 years? Is that what you're referring to?
I don't want to put timetable to it.
Okay.
And now, even the prayer that I pray, and you ask whether prayer works. Yes, of course. I've already told you prayer works. So if our prayer works, it can happen even by tomorrow. Who knows? It can be the next 7 years or even more. But at the end of the day, what we want is to see that Sarpo unity. Like I said, while we talk about the social being, we talk about the political being too. That's what I told you earlier. If you divide yourself, you will give your enemies chance to defeat you.
Okay, so Reverend, speaking.
So if you listen, if the way we are appealing to your conscience, to see reason to prevail. One thing I even left out. Let me use the time. If somebody get you upset when you leave from here, or somebody who have made you fail, please do that for me. Something the Sarpo man call Maotio ever Jalo Webrukle. I don't know if you know that one. I can explain it. Maotio ever Jalo Webrukle. You and myself, we are a boundary. In our farm, we make farm that we are a common boundary. I got to pass in your farm to go to my farm. But going there, I'll be someone walking on your right. So you say, no, I will not let Amos Tue to pass through here. But then the common ground again is something that we say, you know what? Okay, because of Amos Tue, I will let him pass through my farm. So more to you, say when you go home tonight, say you can there are black at you at the I'm not pound at the I'm going to tell you.
Okay, Rami, I heard you said something. Maybe I'm not going to say it verbatim or word for word, but you said something along that when you are divided, you empower your enemies, right? Is that something you said?
Mm-hmm.
So
they want to give you that parable about the 3 cows.
Okay, so who are the enemies here, Reverend? We are divided right now. Who are the enemies?
Well, maybe enemy may be a very strong word, opponent. And this time around, let me give you that I'm in a political area. If you like. So your enemy or your opponent will be the non-Sarpoian.
Okay. But the conflict in the union is not precipitated, or it's not between Sarpo people and non-Sarpo people, though. It's among Sarpo people.
Good. So your opponent will use it, and like the tiger used Somebody telling the trick out that your friend say your mouth stink. So so giving him the chance to giving the attacker the chance to kill one or those 3 cows. So there is among us that's why we are fighting to let it go, to let it move from among us, so that our political opponent will not use it this time. But if we are put something some of the people who are listening that they know of, they don't want to say it, but let me say it. When USA, Madison, before you came in, every convention we went to, I mean, you will see people not attending our conventions. They could not even, I mean, because they saw the unity, the way we were together. Now, it happened during that 7 years of conflict. We didn't see one soul from to attend our convention because they wanted to see that what they saw. So again, if it happened, it would be the same thing. See,
let me see what I can bring. I think Milton is saying, thanks, Reverend Suah, for such a compassionate message to our Sarpo people. You are our father, a man with excellent knowledge and wisdom. However, with everything that is taking place in our community after the interventions of the elders, with no tangible results. The community went to court because of few elements in our community who are not reasonable to see their own wrongdoing. How can we get to the common ground with the community already divided into 2 groups?
That's the question he asked?
Yeah, that's the question.
I don't know whether Milton have been following the discussion today. Have been following where I'm going. Already that's a division, like I said, the house started. I think there was a lot of exchanges that were insult, negative exchanges that the word I used that came to our attention, that claimed our attention. So we already know that there's division. That's why we are making this common plea. We are making see. Let me just say something that probably that will make you laugh. One old man, one man in one of our villages, because he was insane. He had a mental health problem. Insane. Somewhere I just do
insane. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So there was a man to make medicine for him, for him to come to sanity. You might have heard it many times, but let me repeat it. Repeat it. And the rule for that medicine, he said, when they put that medicine in your nose, yeah, when you put that medicine in your nose, you will sneeze. When you sneeze, then you must say, the medicine man who give you the medicine, say, you must say, "Siamboy." So you must repeat after me, say, "Siamboy." But when they put out medicine, do you know? When they say "Siamboy," then do you say "Siansebo"? They do not say "Siamboy," they say "Siansebo." I let not do that. Siamboy, Siansebo.
Okay.
No, there is split in the community. That is common. It's not hearing, and that's why we are fighting. That's why we are. That's what the common plea is for. So when you ask a question, you already see there's conflict. How do we? Part of the way to bring us together is they come appeal. They come and plea. It's one of the ways. So if you see my statement, if it doesn't ring bell to you, if it does not tell you anything, then maybe I don't know. One day you say, "Oh, that's the thing the woman was saying the other day." Oh, I see. One day I know. One day we'll get to that point. So we will not, and I know it for sure. We will not remain divided forever. That one I know it. I may not live to be to see that. I may. But I know the God that I serve, it will happen.
All right, so Zena and Skin Reverend, you are appealing to the two Sarpo groups for peace on this platform talk show. Will you be able to contact each official in the two groups for peace to continue as our elder in the community?
If I'll be able to
contact each official in the two groups.
No, it's come on. I told you already when Marie asked that question, what are you doing? I said one of the ways is what I'm doing, the public appeal. They're appealing to your conscience. Another way is individual contact. So I will be able to do that.
Okay, so
but let me say this. The problem here, one of the problems. So I'm glad that Evangelical said that the resolution is not overnight. It's a long time, something. Step by step. I'm glad that you said that. One of the problems we had is everywhere. Oh, you know, those are the people sometimes who make who really. So my talking to the individual leaders is not anything big. We have begun doing such thing, but you know, okay, those are some of the issues in our community. And you were asking, you must say, they person responsible, they person responsible. We of course we refuse to do, and we will not do.
Yeah,
so, Remy, we are appealing to your conscience.
Remy, on Voice Society, we got two rooms. We got a factual room, and we got a speculation room. If you permit, I'd like to go in the speculation room for a little bit here. In the speculation room, we are hearing that Reverend Suah is compromised by virtue of the fact that he hosted the welcome party for the inauguration of national President Francis Myers. What do you say to those people that say you are compromised?
I'm compromised?
Yeah, they say you hosted the welcome party for the convention, not the convention, the inauguration of President Francis Myers. And so because of that, you are compromised, you are taking side. What do you say to those people?
Well, I don't know that has not come before me if they say I'm taking side, but I know that what makes me a community leader, what makes me in fact an elder in the community, what makes me a minister of the gospel. So if they say I'm taking side, and I told you what that Christ did not even perform one miracle in his own time, and those people, I mean, whoever said it, even though it has not come to my attention, but whoever said it, I can't stop them from their opinion. I can't stop them from holding that's their opinion. I can't stop them, but it has not come before me.
So, Remy, I'm eager to know why Christ did not perform miracle in his own town.
Because you were not respected. All they see that the Commission song, that all they saw.
So, but when somebody is sick because you are not respected, you can't heal the person?
Like, so people didn't even have time for him. They were not even listening to him. Another one that probably, and I don't want us to go into our debate.
Okay.
Forgetting or not knowing or not realizing that the man who was talking to them, who was with them, why is human, he is 100% God. The other piece, it doesn't make sense to them. It didn't make sense to them. So all they saw that the capital saw, that all they saw, why Christ was performing miracles in a one brother who became a one brother James. All he saw that Christ was a big brother. All he knew. So he was not respected in his own village. That's the reason why he didn't perform miracle there. So you think if you don't respect me, I will feel offended. Because all they see, as Sarpo man they see, period. That warrior man they see, period. They see that the man representing God. So it will not deter me. I will continue to make that appeal, that clarion call to my people. Wow, at the same time, let me say this, I think and I let Evangelical appear on the show. because he said a lot of things that are common, that I love. Let me say this. Like Evangelist said, and let me repeat after him. It does not mean that a Amos Tue Suah who talk to you, he's free of blame. Run away with that. That I'm free of blame. I'm a human being. That's the reason why that prayer that I told you to pray. I say, God, forgive me for the times I got distracted by lesser issues and allow division to occur. You see the power of that prayer. So I too, I can't say that my husband hold all the blame, that evangelical hold all the blame. For me, I'm free. No.
Okay.
And I love it. All of us who blame one way or the other. So they appeal, even though my finger to the community, that's the finger coming to me too.
Okay. So Ram, that's pretty interesting. To at least I agree with you. We should all take some responsibility for what is going on. So if you were to take a portion of the blame, what would you say is your fault?
My fault?
Yeah, in a conflict in the community, what did you do wrong?
If I refuse to tell my husband that my husband I know. Amos Tue Suah can't say that he doesn't want any blame. Amos Tue Suah can't say that. If he said that, he's wrong.
Okay. So I think Mr. Panto wants to know. I mean, he said, "Can you address what is happening in Iowa? Are you cognizant of what is going on out there?"
I don't know why it's happening in Iowa. I don't know, but anything that will bring peace in my community, I love it. But it's not my objective. It's not my plan to say what happening in Philadelphia, what happening in Minnesota, what is happening here. I want the people to come together and appeal to their conscience. They start digging hole. What the other hole? Yeah, what go on there? But then I will come to the point that you were saying. But who is at fault there? You see there, oh man. Then the community I want to bring together. That you think I will succeed? No.
So Reverend, you don't think that is a serious question that we need to tackle? Again, Reverend, you can't give a patient medication without knowing what is happening to them, without doing the proper diagnosis. But Reverend doesn't want to tell us where the problem is coming from, so that we can give the necessary panacea to solve that problem.
Tell you where the problem is coming from. Is that what you want? We already said no. I can't do that. I got several steps, and I just gave you 2 of the steps that I'm taking. So for me to say, Madison, you are wrong. Peter Brown, you are wrong. I don't know. When I already read in scripture that Paul said it's not time to pass judgment.
But I don't subscribe to the philosophy of Paul.
I subscribe to it. I'm not asking you to subscribe.
No, but brother, you are seeking common ground here. You are seeking common ground.
If you see recently that you are a supplement that had the common ground, if that doesn't ring bell to you, I know one day it will.
So, brother, you are seeking common ground. So you and myself, we don't agree on this one. So what is the common ground? We are seeking common. But let's go to Milton. Milton is saying, I think he said it better than me. He said, Reverend, how can you resolve the conflict in the community when the root causes are not fully addressed?
To him, according to him, the root causes are not addressed according to him. But for me, I'm on the right track.
Reverend, so do you think the root causes are addressed?
Yes.
And so, but why are we still having the confusion in the community?
It can be, we told you already. It's not overnight.
But Reverend, we are going at least 2 or 3 years now. Should we take 7
years
or 5?
It could be more. It could be more years.
Okay.
It could be. And all right. So if people were to listen to me and the addition evangelical made, then we will not ask these questions. So, it can't be overnight, oh man. You have 2 3 years, fine.
So Reverend,
don't expect it. That what you want is unlikely. It can happen. It can happen to say a book you not jabber down to finish today. It can happen. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's unlikely.
So, Reverend, the president of the Minnesota chapter, Madam Marie Pine, is saying what you're hearing here is sugarcoating solution. That's what you are doing here.
Okay, so if you're let me use your term, if the Sarpo net does not make sense to you, well, it's up to you. I will make out enough. It doesn't force me or let, so I can't force anybody. If the Sarpo net, if your blood relationship, if in the smaller tribe, if those things don't appeal to you, to your conscience, and you still look at other things, well, but I do know I will play my role. Like Zika said, I will blow that trumpet. God told him to blow the trumpet to tell the Israeli boys of 40 among them that they should come to their senses to follow their law, the law God. So if I'm blowing the trumpet, that you have a common ground that should unite you together, that should bring you together. If it doesn't make sense to you, I can't force you.
All right, Reverend. Let one down here. Let bring the former president of our union, Honorable Baku, who is saying, so Reverend, what caused the problem? He wants to know.
Then we are going around the same cycle. For Reverend, you ask that question. I think 3, 4, 5 other persons ask that question. What caused the problem? If I say, oh, Baku, you caused the problem, then that's the solution I want.
Let's go. Then we can direct our focus to Mr. Obaku.
Okay, I'm directing my focus. My focus is first to appeal to your conscience, for you to see reasoning. This what I said. I use that other pieces more to your dialogue. Let Obaku say to the woman, you know what? Because of the woman.
But Reverend,
then your conscience, now let your conscience tell you something. The conscience that I'm appealing to, let it tell you something. So with do you agree if I turn the question over to you, those of you asking the question, including former President Obaku, do you guys want us to remain where we are? Since we you continue to argue about who the cause of the problem, and Reverend Suah can't come out to tell you that Peter John is the cause of the problem. He can't come out. So for you, everything that the woman is saying, they don't make sense in as much that the cause of the problem, you don't know it.
Reverend, you make sense, but again, you know the culture better than me. But in the Sarpo land, when there is a problem, a major one, when the elders come, that means they have solution to the problem. But the elders is not telling us the solution to the problem. You say, are you saying, you know what? Let's just have common ground. But the people are asking, what is causing the problem before we see common ground?
Let's just have common ground. I'm telling you that you have the common ground, and you don't realize. I'm not saying let have it.
Oh, okay, we have it already.
And it's there.
Okay.
But you don't realize it that you have.
Okay.
So if you realize that we got a common ground, then we move a step. If you realize that you have a common ground, I'm not saying let's have a common ground. I'm saying there is a common ground. There is. But if you don't realize that you have that common ground, then
we realize that that's why we have people that for me, they consider me to be an enemy, but I still reach out to the people that see me as enemy. And if someone that I got voice message, I'm not calling in right now, they will call me and they curse me out on the phone for simply calling them, reaching out to them. So I don't know how should we go about this? You want to call somebody, oh, we haven't talked for a long time. Even when I went to the Midwest the other time, I was calling the very people that see me as a boogeyman will call them, oh man, in your town. Some people were forthcoming, some people don't want to hear me. They go off on the phone. So then it deters some of us from reaching out.
One day they will come. They will come. One day. That's why Harrison man told him, say, oh, Harrison. Tell you, over Jerry on way.
Yeah, Mr. President Obaku, I think the Reverend addressed that question before. What do you define as a common ground? I think he talked about blood. As one of the major things in our Sarpo-ness. I think so. Reverend, you've been on for a while, and the family is also here. So I got some evening errands to run with the family. So I just want to appreciate you for coming. It's an enjoyable conversation as usual. Even behind the scene, you and myself, we can get on it. I can enjoy talking to you, learning from you. So I want to say thank you so much for coming. If you want to, but before we go, maybe I'll give you the opportunity as well to do a shout out to these people. Your son and daughter, they did something great, and so I want to, even though the president is coming up pretty soon, but President Myers, just by the 14th of May, she'll be graduating with a bachelor's degree in nursing. And so we just want to give the Reverend an opportunity to do a shout out to the president of our union.
Well, it's something that I appreciate for a Sarpo person to earn a degree. It's a pride for us, and other people to follow a footstep, because we need these things. We need education in our community to help our community. So I bless the Lord for her, for her achievement. Keep it up. And don't just stop at bachelor level. Maybe you can go further, like other people have done.
Okay, excellent. So another son of yours, Mr. Amos Tue, also graduated today with a master's degree. I think it's in the business area. I have to call him to verify, but he also graduated today with a master's degree.
That's still one of the pluses. Let me tell you something. My lesson may be part of my closing, but let me tell you something. Something some men call the ablie. When your child does something that make you proud. At 2000, I think 5, 6, when Kale Jabwere was coming to power, there was some debate. I think that one of the areas that some of you have ever had the first debate. I think so. I was in Liberia then, and my comments, they were not Facebook. They were less said that we're using, and my comment was, "Oh, they are bleeding." For my boys, my boys and girls to participate in the community, that when people see a Sarpo boy, a Sarpo girl, they will have respect for them. So, and you guys are continually doing it. So for Honorable Tue to earn a degree today, oh man, I take my hat off for you. Continue that, and I want other people to follow that footstep, to follow that step, so that tomorrow, now you guys in our community, they say, Amos Tue Suah, Mavis Zaza, Ato Gidio, and Romeo, you are proud of us, but will we remain there forever? No. In fact, we are off the stage now. So when you guys come and take our footsteps, that the people who have earned degree, then I thank God for that. I bless the Lord for them. I bless the Lord for them to continue in these challenges, in the time of challenges, for them to excel with those kind of kind of areas. May the Lord bless all of them, and Lord continue to open avenue for them to continue and go further. Let the first degree or the master degree let not be an end.
All right, Reverend. Thank you. So, would that be your closing statement?
Oh no, my closing statement is just to and I like the exercise, the question that you guys asked. Why they? But what I want you to do, and I know at the appropriate time you will do so. Let my plea to you, let it ring some bell that we come from somewhere. We belong to one group. think about it. Let not just be Amos Tue saying, like he said, we have a common ground. But I want you to realize that we are one people. I gave myself the example I gave of myself. All of us, plenty of you, fit in that category. Amos Tue as a warrior man, a paternal grandmother from Joasson, a maternal great grandmother from Puru. He has a relative from Kawade, from Nomapu. Realize that. Let that ring bell to you that we are all interrelated, one way or the other. Tomorrow we'll go home. If you don't see me tomorrow, you will see my brother or my sister in Liberia. We'll go home. So please, let us realize that we are one people. We have a common ground, and let us not divide or cause problem among ourselves that will give our opponent the opportunity to defeat us. We have a common ground. May the Lord bless all of us. Amen.
All right, Robin. Thank you so much. Thank you for sending your invitation to us to host you. We are always here for the community. Amen. And have a wonderful evening.
Amen. Thank you.
All right. So, all right. So that was our own elder over there, Elder Amos Tue Suah. He brought his perspective to us, and the bottom line is, he said we'll have a common ground. We should not seek it; it's already there, and so let us dwell on it. Let us focus on that common ground. Somebody asked me a question here. Let me see what I can address that question before I leave. Say, Mr. Freeman, just a question: are you free from any blame to the conflict? I wouldn't say I'm free of blame. Here's the blame I have. If I should take a portion of the blame, is that the portion of the blame I would take is I say the truth. The thing that people don't like to hear, that's what I say. We have been talking things behind the scene for a long time. You know, when you're there, you hide it, you don't want people to know. So I can expose things. So if people see that as a problem, then okay, I take blame for that. I'm known for saying the truth or producing the evidence. You know, and those things can make people vex. They can make people angry. So if that is considered a fault, of course, that's my portion of the blame. All right. So thank you so much. That's a good question. All right, guys. That's what we're doing. Let me do the Reverend just did a shout out to the graduates. And so I just want to do a quick shout out to them as well. The president is coming up, but right now, let you know, ladies before gentlemen. So we'll just do a shout out first to the president. And so the Cleopatra of the Sarpo Nation, Her Excellency President Francisco Myers of the United Sarpo Association in Americas, will be earning her baccalaureate degree on the 14th of next month. And so we are calling Philadelphia will be galvanized. You know, when the leader of the people is getting knowledge or more knowledge, bringing more knowledge to us, and that's something that requires a serious celebration. And also Philadelphia will be practically, we have written the governor of the state already, the senators and everybody to know that Philadelphia on the 14th of next month will be a serious celebration here. You know, we are not going to joke. We are not going to joke. Major streets will be closed in Philadelphia in celebration of the national president of the USA. All right, so we want to say pre-congratulations to the president of our union, President Francisco Myers. We admire your tenacity, that fortitude you have to stay the course. We admire you, and that one makes you a great leader. Your ability to multitask. I went through the walls of a university here, so I know what it means for somebody to be a community leader and at the same time coming out from university at the top of your class. That's something simple. She put in the time while she's still dealing with the people in the community. When there's some people, they will start crying, oh, you know, I got my homework to do. But you are a leader for the community. But no, President Francisco Myers, she knows how to apportion her time, when to deal with the people, went to do a school where while we are dancing, we all want to play the woman at night. She up, she's studying, she's doing your school work. So now we'll be going for occasion somewhere. She finished addressing the people. We'll go home while we are sleeping. She up doing her school work. The tenacity of President Myers is a lesson to all of us. We'll see more when she is graduating, but right now that's a little bit of the great lady of our youth. And these are things that we want to see and makes me happy. All right, so we also want to say congratulations to this duo, you know, that it's not a trinity, it's a duality, you know. The duality is one, you know, that they are Christian also. So whether that 2 or 3 or 5 or 6, that 3 into 1, that 2 into 1. So the couple is a wonderful couple. And Mr. Maya Tule, a great senior brother, quite knowledgeable man. He always calls, you know, to talk to me and ask how you put it, do this, and you know, give me some wise tips, you know. So these are some of the people I look up to in the community. They are not only talking, but they are doing themselves so that we can mimic them. We can mimic their good example. And so, Mr. Bodie, we want to say congratulations on the huge achievements, as you say. It's a huge accomplishment. We want to say congratulations. I'm quite sure you are going for the PhD. You know, you want to do the research work. Some of us don't want to do research, you know. So you're going to teach our children at various universities and do the research and give us things that we do not know. But we want to say congratulations on the huge accomplishment. We also want to say congratulations to our wife. You know, the people say to every successful man, there is a good and strong woman. And you have a wonderful wife. You know, she has been behind you, and that's what we need. Our wife, we want to say thank you so much for supporting our board member to reach this level. Thank you so much. Continue the hard work. We have gotten speculation already that the first lady, her degree is coming up pretty soon. You know, so the community is doing great. These are things we want to see. And instead of sitting down on the internet and cussing people out, those things, they are not productive. And that's why we are being morally vibrating on the platform and say, you know what? And we give you some historical example or even practical example right now why countries are respected. You know? Hey, say hi, Prudence.
Hello, my name is Prudence.
Okay. What's your other name? You got to call your full name.
Namaru Prudence Freeman.
Good. Namalu Prudence Freeman. That's her name. All right, let me close and then we can get out, okay?
And I just tell you, this is how I spell my name. Freeman. And Prudence.
Okay.
I'm
wrapping up.
Wlue.
All right, guys, let me finish. Then we can do your name spelling, all of that. Good job, though. That's pretty good. You see, I got all these colors in here, and that's what to do. All right, so guys, that's what we're saying. We want to say congratulations to the graduates. We wish you well in your next steps. We also want to let you know the political Gandhi of Osano County is in county right now. Honorable Zaza, the next senator of Osano County, the incoming senator of Osano County. After 2023 election, Mr. Zaza will be the next senator of Osano County. So now the lawmaker is now in county as we speak to engage the community, to disabuse the people of the lies or book they will say mendacities that the people are best spreading in the county. And so for the coming days, Osano County will be cleansed, you know, it will be purged of those, you know, lies, those deceit that people are carrying around just to get the people votes. You know, the lawmaker is in county right now to talk to the people. He's well loved in the county. You know, I listen to other people, they are giving a profile, you know, I have gone to jail. And now for good thing, the man said, I've been to all the jail in the country. I said, And he refused to tell us why you are in jail for. He was in jail for stealing the people money that Senator Daddy are talking about himself. Maybe you want to hear that from him. The man was saying, I've been to all the jail in the country for bad things. You know, going to jail, the question is, why are you in jail for? So on Bazaza, no, he hasn't been to jail for anything. He's a good man. And that's what we need. We don't need somebody who telling us, I've been to jail. The only place I didn't go, I better yalla because the interim president closed the place down, or else I would have gone there, but I've been to Central Prison.
I know him.
Yeah.
African
African grandpa, that's right. So we don't want people to die. Somebody would tell, I have been to prison and the people beat me up for doing the wrong thing, for stealing people's money. No, that's not what we need. We need somebody with integrity, with credibility. Somebody who has not been to jail, and always doing that which is right for the people and for himself. That's what we're talking about. All right. So why his opponent is saying this thing? Listen, when I listen to that, I said, wow, our lawmaker saying this. I said, why you don't leave that? Prudence, you're going on the other side. All right. Let me play that before I let you go for the night. It's very interesting. A new audio for the man that wants our vote again. I'm like, wow, you want to vote and you are saying this to us? You been to jail, charged to chase you and put you in jail. I said, what? Let me show you. Y'all listen to it. Let me ask my device here and play this for you so you can hear what your lawmaker saying right now in the country. A man that wants to vote. Let's see, guys. Come in. There you go. No, I gotta take Honorable Zaza from there. No, I think I got the video itself. So let me get to the video so you can listen to the man telling us. Yeah, every day the man is embarrassing SINOE.
So you remember, we are now where we are today because of love. We suffered to come this place. We worked hard to come this place. No jail in the Republic of Liberia I've never gone to. I've been to almost every jail you can imagine. Starting from police cells. The only reason they don't rebel Yara was because Dr. Amos Tue Suah, as interim president of our country,
You're breaking up from that. Let me play from this angle. It's breaking up over there.
So you remember, we are now where we are today because of love. We suffered to come this place. We worked hard to come this place. No jail in the Republic of Liberia I've never gone to. I've been to almost every jail you can imagine. Starting from police cells. The only reason they don't rebel Yara was because Dr. Amos Tue Suah, as interim president of our country, he abandoned, he discarded Yara. But I've been to Central Prison, I've been to Post Circuit, I've been to every police cell during the military government, and I am saying, so you remember, we are now where we are today because of love. We suffered to come this place. We worked hard to come this place. No jail in the Republic of Liberia I've never gone to. I've been to almost every jail you can imagine. Starting from police cells. The only reason they don't rebel Yara was because Dr. Amos Tue Suah, as interim president of our country, he abandoned, he discarded Yara. But I've been to Central Prison, I've been to Post Circuit, I've been to every police cell during the military government, and I am saying,
So, ladies and gentlemen, imagine your lawmaker is saying that. I have been to all the prison, and now Amos Tue Suah bless me. I didn't go to Bele Yara. That's the only reason I didn't go to that. But I have been to all the prison, central prison, to police prison. They have beat me for doing the wrong things. He didn't go to jail for good things. It's not like Dr. King that I went to jail to free the people. It's not like Nelson Mandela that I went to jail for 27 years for fighting for the people. That man went to jail for stealing from the people. And that's why he's breaking the power. I've been to jail. I've been looting from the people, and they put me in jail. And I'm still here to steal. And we'll put you in jail again. We're not going to joke with you. We are going to put you in jail. So, ladies and gentlemen, just a little bit. I just want to let you know the man who hasn't been to jail, clean man, decent man, responsible man, is now in the county. And the people of SINOE County, they have reason again to rejoice. That's how we're stopping for the now. We want to say thank you so much for following Voice of SINOE in the diaspora. And you know how we leave the show. But thank you so much.
Daddy,
We'll talk to you again.
I want to do it.
Seguir,
love is what brings us together. You know, some people that are coming to respond to them, they were looking, they couldn't wait. But I will deal with you next time. Well, you guys want to say something before we go?
Make sure you subscribe and like this video.
Good job. One more time.
Make sure you subscribe and like this video.
Good job. Okay, subscribe.
And try to make
Let's talk one at a time, please. Let's talk one at a time.
Click the bell button.
Good.
And try to make 1,000 subscribers. In a million. No, that's too much. 20.
Good job. All right, guys.
Daddy, I want to do it.
Well,
I always kick out. Well, I never do it. Because that's my job.
Right here.
No.
Yeah. Trust the next time you're going to do the other one.
Forever.
Come right here. No, not right here. There you go. There you go.